All right, we live. All right, hello, hello. How you doing? Good afternoon. Uh, Sorry for the tardiness. Um, all right, we're about to start. So can I please get your undivided attention? Who's here and who's yes? Thank you. My name is Zoe Leigh, the founder of Chicago Flips Red, a conservative Republican organization built on family, faith, freedom, equity, and the fight against corruption. We are not just participating in the Republican Party, we are building the new Republican Party. On December 1st, 2025, Jessica Jackson, Danielle Carter-Walters, and myself are holding a press conference at the Cook County building near Maria Pappas, County Treasurer, to address escalating corruption and misconduct across Cook County's political, judicial, and property tax systems. The press conference will highlight key issues: public administration failures, property tax fraud, tampering and overassessment targeting, especially Black homeowners on the South Side and West Side, corruption inside City of Chicago and Cook County departments, the financial and housing crisis surrounding the Obama Presidential Center, the new Chief Judge Charles Beach, and the urgent need for investigations into judicial misconduct, unlawful demolitions, land theft, and attack on general wealth within the Black communities. Chicago Fits Red will present evidence showing systematic corruption driven by entrenched Democratic leadership has resulted in record foreclosures, illegal demolitions, inflated tax bills, and displacement near the Obama Center. This press conference will serve as an urgent call for federal oversight and intervention, judicial accountability and transparency, protection of homeowners in blighted and over-targeted areas, property tax reform in Cook County, and immediate review of corrupt practices by city and county officials. We have speakers Jessica Jackson, Danielle Carter, myself, and we have additional community members and elected officials and candidates who are running in 2026 and 2027. Uh, Please be patient with us because it's a long line. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Tadora Brown. I'm the Republican candidate for District 11. I'm here today to stand with Chicago Flips Red as I have watched them grow and with evidence. And I'm here proudly to stand with them. These ladies are doing a fantastic job. When Zoe just said something about the federal level, because I'm running for Congressional District 11, this is where myself come in to take stand. Here in the state of Illinois, not just the city of Chicago on the west side and south side, I am a real estate developer. So I build homes. And my goal when I started this was to build affordable homes. Unfortunately, these taxes has doubled, okay? You have it where people are not receiving raises, but their property taxes are growing and doubling. So what is that going to do to every homeowner in the state of Illinois? Not just Cook County, I'm talking about the entire state. That means that we're going to see foreclosures rise because people are not going to be able to afford their homes. This is an attack on our state. And in order for something to happen, we as Republicans and Democrats, independents, we all have to come together because it's for the people, not just for the people that have been elected. It's time for these tired politicians, career politicians, people that do not understand their job, that we are the people and you guys work for us. It's a shame that we have a mayor and a governor that have actually broke their oath. They are standing with illegal immigrants, undocumented immigrants, aliens instead of standing with American citizens. It's about time that we do something now, and this is why we're here. I didn't know I was going to speak today, so I thank you guys. You can, if you looking to help us, you go to ChicagoClipsRed.com. We are here. We're going to stand together, and we're not backing down.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Andy Williams. I'm a conservative activist, advocate, and a candidate for Attorney General. Illinois was the first state to ratify the 13th Amendment, which was to abolish slavery. That's what Illinois did. Currently, the Illinois legislators are running a criminal enterprise. As you've heard Zoe talk about everything that is going wrong in our state, it is like we the people who created government have become the slaves to what we've created. Do you understand? We created government, and now the creator has overpowered the creator. When you get elected into a position of office, your job is to serve the people. The people tell you what to do. You don't tell the people what to do. It's like our children are trying to tell the parents, we the people, how to run our household, how to run our state. And when you think about the property theft that is taking, the Constitution protects the rights of the people and the property, which that is what the role of government was created to do, was to protect that. But as you see in Chicago and all throughout the states, we are back into what I call legalized slavery, because they legislate whatever they cannot control, and that is taking our properties, the taxes, as the wages are not increased, and that has put we the people into slavery. We are in bondage. We are working for our servants. It is backwards. And the only way we the people are going to change that is if we get involved. When we talk about Chicago Flips Red, what we're really saying is we need a revolutionary movement with the people back in power. And the only way that's going to happen is for us to get involved, whether that's showing up to our rallies. You can still run for office by January 15th as a write-in candidate, so there's still opportunity. We are tired of all the sidelines. We are looking for active participants to join the movement so we the people can embrace the power that we the people were created with, because the power that belongs to the people is our birthright, and it should be protected by the Constitution, and the elected officials should be protecting our rights. That is our that is their duty. That is what they swore an oath to uphold and to protect, and they've been violating. It is time for we the people to stand up. I thank you. Yeah.
Hello, everybody. My name is Dennis White. I'm a retired veteran. I'm also an ex-guardsman. Last week in D.C., 2 guardsmen got shot and killed by an Afghanistan terrorist. And based off of the failed policy that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris had allowed all these illegal aliens into our city, state, and probably in our community, we are getting tired of it. Now, once these 2 guardsmen got shot and killed, that terrorist deserved death by the United States military under the UNCJ. Now, we got these failed politicians who over here want to defend it, based off of the mainstream media, who gonna tell this young lady's story for about 2 or 3 days, and then that'll be the end of that story. Then you have people like Brandon Johnson, J.B. Pritzker, and half of the Democratic aldermen here in the city of Chicago, who over here protecting these illegal immigrants through our tax dollars, protecting these illegal immigrants through corrupt judges like Jerome Cummings, who over here demanded the Border Patrol to release 613 captured immigrants that waiting for deportation. So here's the thing. These judges here, I'm talking about the federal judges who are delaying the deportation process under the Trump administration, because they trying to make sure that they trying to have the voters to tell us that Donald Trump has failed us by deport the illegal aliens back to their home country, raw hand. So it's up to us as not only voters, black voters, but it's up to us as Americans to vote half of these Democrats out of office, because enough is enough. Now the primary is coming up soon. So it's up to us to make sure that the Democrats would not have no more seats in the House of Representatives and in the Senate. And then you have somebody like Mark Kelly, who's a traitor over here telling the military personnel that you don't have to listen to the commander-in-chief. Really? He's a civilian. But guess what? Under the UMCJ, he is going to be reactivated back into the military to face court-martial charges for treason and stuff. So that's what's going to happen to Mark Kelly. But the crime that happened a week ago, 2 weeks ago, during the team takeover and stuff, it's not the police, it's the mayor who told the police to stand down. After one young man got shot who was 14-year-old. Then you had two elderly running for their life because you got a group of teenagers who don't have nothing better to do through social media. Brandon Johnson knows what's going on here with these teen takeover. Superintendent Snellen knows what's going on with the teen takeover. And also the 50 aldermen know what's going on with the teen takeover. So we need to stop this. The only way we're going to save this budget is to cut the salary of the staff, get rid of these illegals. So that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, hello everybody. My name is Skylar Dunsing. I'm the 6th Congressional District candidate for U.S. House of Representatives running against Sean Casten. I'm also the founder and president of the United States Patriot Society, a national and international organization to stop the spread of international communism into our country. I'm here to deliver a very simple and strong message. The reign of terror from the Democrat Party is over right here, right now.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah.
We will not take this anymore. I have a question to ask the American people and the people of the state of Illinois and the great people of the city of Chicago. How many more candlelight vigils does it take? How many more screams and cries of grieving mothers and grandmothers and aunts and fathers and brothers and sisters does it take for those who have lost their loved ones? How much more suffering, how much more pain does it take for the leadership in this state, in this city, and in this country to change? To the Democrats of Congress, to the Democrats here in the State House and the State Senate, and to the Democrats here in the governor's office and the Democrat running the city of Chicago. Your reign of terror is over with. We will not be silent. We are taking our country, our state, and our city back.
Yeah, let's go.
We have had enough of your abuse. We've had enough of the tyranny, of the suffering, and of the pain, and of the lawlessness. We saw just recently a young woman who was set ablaze on the train by a man who was arrested 72 times because our judges and the DAs are radicalized, they are communists, and they set the criminals back onto the streets and put the handcuffs on the police officers. Enough is enough. I speak for everybody when I say that.
Let's go.
To the beautiful young girl in North Carolina who had a great life ahead of her. She lost her life. She was stabbed in the neck because of lawlessness. You can't even go to a Christmas tree lighting here in the city of Chicago without having a mass shooting. You can't go anywhere now without having property theft like they're doing to my friend, Miss Jessica Jackson, and they did to her family. We're tired of the abuse. We're tired of the property theft. We're tired of the weaponization through taxation, which is a communist tactic. We know this. Rather than fix their policies, fix the radicalism, they increase the taxes and put the pain and the suffering on the American people. And your tax dollars go to fund a system that doesn't care about you, that chews you up, spits you out, and abuses your children. I'm a young person. I'm 25 years old running for United States Congress. That's the youngest you can do this. And I'm doing that. I'm proud to do this. Thank you very much. I'm proud to do this because I want to live in a city. I want to live in a state. I want to live in a country where I can walk freely in my streets and I can go there with my wife, with my children and my grandchildren one day and know that I do live in the greatest country in the face of the earth, the greatest nation that God has blessed us with through divine providence, like my brother Andy Williams had just talked about. God has blessed this nation. By God, we will free ourselves. By God, we will be free, we will be safe, and we will prosper once again. Skylar Dunsing, candidate for United States Congress. Vote Skylar.com. Be involved. Take a stand. Stand with the American people. Stand for righteousness. God bless you all. Thank you.
Hello, my name is David Dewar. I'm running as a Trump-Kirk MAGA Red Republican for the international movement. This is ridiculous that we have to have this press conference here, and the mayor of Chicago, Brandon Johnson, is not doing his job. I have to acknowledge Chicago Flips Red because 2 years ago, Zoe Leigh and Danielle Carter and Mrs. Jackson started this movement. If it wasn't for them risking their lives, their livelihood, for us, it's we the people, not they the politicians. They have it all backwards. They work for us. And people are finding out, as Danielle has mentioned for months, maybe a year, watch out when you get your property taxes, watch out. And in communities, they're up over 100%. We're having our birthday next year, 250 years of America. And guess what? We're right back where we started. Taxation without representation. It's time to remove these political hacks. It's time to put Danielle in for mayor in 2027. It's time to remove J.B. Pritzker. It's time to take the policies of Donald J. Trump, common sense, and bring them to Chicago and Illinois. It's time, guys, and I ask anyone out there, get involved. I'm seeing soft Democrats, independents, never Trumpers, people that never registered, and Republicans that don't show up. Get involved. Support Chicago Flips Red. You can find them. They're all over the place. Guys, support candidates. It's time no longer to be silent. Look at what silence has done to you. They've taken over your community. You can't even walk down the street without being getting robbed. Now, Brandon Johnson, he has 150 police officers on his detail. How many do you have? Right? Tell him to walk down the street without his detail. Guys, it's we the people, not they the politicians. My name again is David Dewar, running for 35th District State Representative. You can find me at revdaviddewar.com. God bless America, and God bless Chicago Flips Red for starting this whole movement. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Daniel Betancourt. I'm a Puerto Rican and Honduran individual that works in the city of Chicago. I'm just here to voice my concerns and also just to mention the fact I took off work today because this is very serious to me. We as Chicagoans need to understand our rights are being violated daily by the administration that's in Chicago, Governor Pritzker and Brandon Mayor Johnson. They do not have your best rights in mind. They have constantly shoved immigrants in front of you guys, individual mothers and fathers and people who are struggling to make a living paycheck to paycheck. We need to band together as individuals in the state of Illinois. It's not about race at all. This is about corruption versus righteous individuals, people who want to stand up for the right things in life, people who want to stand up for God, and also just honestly Christian individuals, because this past mayor, Lori Lightfoot, she's been calling us bigots when we're just trying to stand up for righteousness. I believe that people need to start getting together. They need to start voicing their opinions, and everybody, what everybody will realize is that every single individual is being, to put it plainly, just messed up by the same system we have in place here, and it's all corruption. There shouldn't be any more qualified immunity for government officials as well as police officers, but there also should not, the state should not be protecting criminals in the catch and release program. We need to stand up, we need to voice our opinions, and we need to come together. There's so much more to talk about. This is only a small thing. But again, I'm a huge supporter of Chicago Flips Red, and I think everybody needs to just come together and support these people. These people are serious. They want to take out Brandon Mayor Johnson out of his position and not have him in power anymore because he's doing a horrible job with him and his panic attacks. It's just laughable at this point. So we as individuals, again, stand up for what's right. If you don't, corruption is going to spread. You're going to lose everything you have. And you're not going to have anything anymore. So God bless all of you. Jesus Christ loves you all. God bless America, and God bless Chicago Flips Red.
Hello, my name is James McCoy. I'm a political social commentator and journalist. I want to say something that is very important, something that we all know, that the media is lying. Ever since I was a kid, my parents used to tell me the media lies, the news lies, but lies are so blatant now where you can walk outside your house and you can see the fact that the mayor, the governor, and even before President Biden were lying to you. and telling you that these people coming over here were asylum seekers and they were not causing a problem, I actually went to the police stations and I asked them directly, are you asylum seekers? And they told me no. They told me that they were here for jobs. They were here for economic opportunities. This is not meaning an asylum seeker, okay? And yet all of the media was saying that these are asylum seekers who are here from war-torn countries, and we have to have our hearts open to them and have the government that we pay taxes to subsidize everything, subsidize their hotels, subsidize their food, subsidize their clothes, as they're neglecting us and taxing us because they cannot sustain all of the subsidies that they've given people who do not legally have the right to be in this country. Now the bill has come due. Now Chicago's in over $1 billion in debt. And what does the mayor want to do? The mayor claims that he wants to make Chicago the most affordable, safe city in America. I don't know anybody who feels like Chicago is affordable. Chicago, year after year after year, is getting less affordable, especially for homeowners. In a few years, if we allow this crisis to persist, there will be no homeowners. All right, nobody will own anything in Chicago. Chicago is not being more safe. Chicago, just the crime is not being reported. That's just what we know. And we know this because we can go outside and see it with our own eyes. We're not making anything up. We're not hateful. We're not bigoted. We're telling you what we see. We're telling you what we have to live through. And what we're not going to do is we're not going to allow the media to lie to us and to lie to you all, to tell you all that we are hateful people or we're here trying to push some type of agenda. I've known Zoe, Danny, Miss Jackson before there was a Chicago Flips Red, and I saw all of the effort that they took to make the organization as to what it is now. Okay, this is straight passion off of what they've had to live through, what they've had to setting them up. This was not anybody putting them there as plants. All right, all of the people who speak against what we're speaking on now as the citizens, they're the ones who are plants, and they're the ones who shouldn't be trusted. Thank you. I'm sorry. I have a YouTube channel. You can find me on Afro Elite on YouTube. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Carol Reyes. I'm Puerto Rican. My parents were from Puerto Rico. I was born here in Chicago. I stand here and I thank you, Chicago Flips Red. I stand with them. I stand beside them because their efforts are not in vain. There is a God that is watching what is going on here in Chicago. And those abortions that took place, God is not happy with. That blood is filling the streets of Chicago. I stand with Zoe Leigh and Danielle Carter-Walters as a Chicagoan. I stand united with them. We need to get rid of this corruption together, united. They have been sounding the alarm and in detail exposing the corruption. Chicagoans, wake up, rise up. This isn't just about the South and the West sides of Chicago anymore. What the City Council and Mayor Brandon Johnson have done to this city is a travesty. His remarks about what's going on in Chicago is blatantly false and distorted. Property taxes are on the rise at an all-time high, meant to pay for illegals and immigrants and to intentionally cause people to lose their homes. Did you know that the quickest way for a person to lose their home is not through foreclosure, but through unpaid property taxes? Brandon Johnson and every city council member ought to go to jail for running this city into the ground, taxing everything they can to high heaven. And for charging exorbitant fees, Brandon Johnson, you are to blame for the trajectory of this youth that they're on right now. You took money and buildings that were already slated for them in the South and West Side neighborhoods and allocated them for the illegals and that money too. It was within your executive powers to no longer allow Chicago to be a sanctuary city. We know it's not about, we know this is all about congressional seats, those votes, okay? That money belongs to the South and West Side communities for their development, not yours, theirs. Now the youth is lost, and you are greatly responsible for that. They have no regard for human life. They post videos flashing guns, clipped, and ready to go, like they were rocking some new Air Jordans, unmasked and proud of it. No shame whatsoever. You're to blame for that. Those minds are brilliant. Brandon, you are a disgrace to the city and to the mother that bore you. You are wasteful, deceitful, and a coward with your 150-man security detail. I hate to break it to you, but your life is not worth that much. You were elected to do good for this city, and you have made it a living hell. Even our postal workers fear for their lives daily, and all they get is a can of mace to walk these streets against knives and guns with switches on them. You have made this city unsafe for everyone, but you and yours. To all the gangbangers out there, young and old, Jesus died for you. You are fearfully and wonderfully made in the likeness of the Almighty God. That ought to mean something to you. That ought to stir you up in your soul. You have talent and abilities that Almighty God put into you and in no one else but you. I challenge you to put down the guns, to find peace and a bright path in Jesus. You are loved with an everlasting love, my brothers and sisters, by the Creator of heaven and earth. Your gifts are needed in this society. They are of no use once you are contained in the box 6 feet below. Do not let the devil or this mayor use you. Use your life, because he is using you, each and every one of you. Your lives mean nothing to him. That is why he is allowing the violence to continue. And your family needs you too. We love you.
How you doing? My name is Mr. Roundtree. Brandon Johnson. And the governor, it's a shame. You're not doing what you're supposed to do about the taxes and everything else. And it's something new that's been going on with these judges at the Davis Center. They are corrupt. They are doing guardianship fraud. My son was kidnapped last year. I have custody of him. Nothing has been done. I asked the mayor to do something several times. I asked the 34th Street Ward Alderman 60607 to do something. Nothing has been done. And recently, while I was going to court for domestic relations to try to get my son back, there was a court case put behind my back, 25P 2269, and my child was took from me by guardianship fraud. Judge Jamie Dickler, courtroom 1806, knows about it, and she's not doing nothing about it. I'm trying to get my son back. He's been gone from me since September 9th, 2024. The court papers saying that I can't talk to him. They haven't said I can't talk to my son or anything. I haven't seen him or talked to him or nothing. My son has been getting hurt with the person he's with. The phony godmother named Renisha Ville. He was kidnapped by her and Ashante Matlock Henderson, a phony GAL that does not have no paperwork that's saying she's a GAL. My son's name is Dylan Roundtree, and I'm looking for him, and I haven't seen him since September 2024. All this corruption that's going on with these Democrats need to stop, especially at the Davis Center. Thank you very much.
You said 3 minutes, George, and other people went over 3 minutes. Anyway, I'm on this mic. The French Revolution, the American Revolution. We need a revolution here. And Malcolm X said, by any means necessary. So if it's flip red, go red. By any means necessary. We're at the county. Go over. We're at the city. They are both hog pens. They just ship one group of hogs and animals from one side of this to the other. So we got to stop. The French Revolution means you got to get them out. By any means necessary. By the boat, that's one means. But what is another? A revolution. A revolution to clean out this swamp, this Democratic swamp, to clean it out by any means necessary. So if you can slay them, if you can vote them out, or if you can just physically kick them out by any damn means necessary. Go red! Come on! Go red! Go red! Go red! Get rid of all of them! All of them! All of them! By what, Mr. Blakemore? Any means necessary. If you can vote them out, vote them out. But if you can't, you got to kick them out.
Celebrating my 40th year working here in the Loop. I love the city of Chicago, and walking through here from my office to the Daily Center, I noticed something. This Chicago flips red. You see all the emotion, you see all the drive, you see all the compassion. It's coming from a source of love. People who love the city of Chicago as much as I do. People who don't want to move to Indiana. They don't want to relocate to Wisconsin. They want to stay here in the state of Illinois. I'm a former trustee for Maine Township. I live in the suburbs. We're impacted in the suburbs by what happens in the city. With that love, in this current season of love, we have to be concerned first and foremost with safety. We can go ahead and have the police and firemen come. They can wash the blood off the sidewalk, but Blessed Mother still cries. We need to stop the violence. We need to bring back safety. If the Chicago Police Department are allowed to do their job, and if the court system is allowed to do their job, and they follow their proper dictates, this can be done. You do have an option. What is your option? It's up to you. It's Chicago flips red. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Dr. Kim Ladian. My name is Dr. Kim Ladian. I am a physician, a scientist, and now a candidate in the 5th Congressional District. As a physician, we can cut crime in Chicago 50% by November of next year and save $2 billion a year if the only two things we do are to have after-school programs for all of our children and job programs, especially for everybody in probation and parole. We can literally cut crime 50% by next year and much better after that. We save lives, and even at 50%, we are saving $2 billion a year. If we reinvest some of that money in preventive programs such as after-school programs, the affordable daycare, job training programs, we'll get a multiplier effect and even greater savings, up to 90% by November of 28. So the people can choose a united contract for Illinois, which means everybody, Republicans, Independents, Reagan Democrats, everybody saying, yes, we would like to cut crime, we would like to cut taxes, and we would like to significantly improve academic outcomes. And if we all work together and force the legislators in the spring legislative session to stop the safety rules and cashless bail, if they stop sanctuary cities and state, we can actually accomplish those goals for the good of everybody. If you go to kimladianmd.com, there's much more on these. God bless you all.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, Thanksgiving was a few days ago, so I would like to give thanks. Oh, thank you, actually, to Ms. Zoe Leigh over here, the co-founder, Danielle Carter, and Jesse Jackson over here, because I would always see Chicago Flips Red content on social media. So it's very surreal to be here today and be able to take part in the press conference. And then hopefully there's other people like me, right? People that are just waiting on the sidelines and waiting to be activated. And I'm glad they saved me for last, because I got to hear from every single person that was able to speak today. And all of that anger, all of that righteous indignation has a source in the lack of accountability, right? Because I think that's why everybody is really here. It's very disillusioning to see people in the city government not be held accountable for their actions, right? Because we had a No Kings March, but the ironic thing is that we have people who act like kings in the local government. They do the wrong things, and they're not held accountable for their actions. So I think we need more No Kings March. Like, not just for the federal government, but for the local government too, because people are tired of accountability, of no one being held accountable for their actions. That's why we're all here, and that's all I wanted to say. Thank you.
All right. Now we will be speaking Chicago Flips Red. Ms. Jessica and myself, before the shirts, like she says, we started this fight due to our property issues. Mine with the city unlawfully demolishing it, and they're trying to take her property in South Shore, and one of the hot areas that the city is trying to take due to the opportunity zones and the TIF money, and just because they're trying to take South Shore with the help of this current administration, Sierra Boatwright, Brandon Johnson, and others. Ms. Jessica is my advisor, and Ms. Danielle Carter-Walters is my co-founder and my partner in crime when it comes to all of this. Danielle Carter's will be speaking first, then myself, and then Ms. Jessica Jackson.
First, I want to say thank you all for being here. Oh my God, this is beautiful. Thank you so much for coming out and showing that you're concerned and what's going on in the city, and showing that we are united and standing together. Thank you all so much. This is what we need. This is what Chicago Flips Red is about. It's about everybody coming together and holding these elected officials accountable, because it's we the people. I love this, guys. I love this. Okay. My name is Danielle Carter-Walters, Vice President of Chicago Flips Red. I'm here because our property tax system has stopped serving the people. It has started serving the Democratic political machine. Across the country and right here at home, we are seeing what we can only describe as tax-driven land grabbing. In states like Texas, families have filed lawsuits after losing property through what they argue are illegal tax schemes. Those cases aren't distant headlines. They are warnings. Chicago is operating under the same abusive model. Instead of taxes being based on real property value, the city and the county leaders decide how much money they want to spend, hand the bill to the homeowners, and call it an assessment. That's not transparency. That's not fairness. That is extraction. And the burden does not fall evenly. Affluently white neighborhoods up north see reductions. Black and Hispanic neighborhoods see dramatic increases. Why? Because the political class protects the voters they want and squeezes the ones they think won't fight back. Meanwhile, they expect working families to keep paying more even as they fail to deliver the most basic responsibilities of government, keeping us safe. Everyday Chicagoans cannot even travel at work or school without fear. The CTA has become a danger zone. Stabbings, shootings, violent attacks happening weekly, daily. Just last week, a woman was set on fire on the public transit. Brandon Johnson refuses to acknowledge the real cause or hold the right people accountable. They want higher taxes, but can't provide safety. They want more money, but can't protect our children on the way to school. They demand billions, but can't secure a single train car. And they spend our tax dollars to fight President Trump in court to stop him from sending the National Guard to handle what they can't. On top of this, we have to tell the truth. The Democrats don't want you to know they are pushing this broken property tax system to clear out land for illegal aliens. When taxes push longtime residents out of their homes, that land is quickly snatched up for the sanctuary city infrastructure, shelters, hotel buys, developers that benefit their political agenda, not the communities who built this city. This is a coordinate displacement wrapped in the language of equality. So today, I'm calling for immediate action, a full audit of every property tax increase over the last 10 years. Let me read that again. A full audit of every property tax increase over the last 10 years. Real transparency on where that money went and who actually benefited from it. Protection for homeowners in overtaxed neighborhoods that have been targeted for political reasons. An overhaul to tie taxes back to true property value and not political wish lists. On homes that are not ATM for city halls. Our neighborhoods are not collateral for sanctuary city policies. And Chicagoans, especially our Black and Hispanic families, are not expendable. This city cannot move forward until the people come first. So you want to get your, hold on 1 second, you want to get that because it's low right here. You want to put this, can you use this? Listen, guys, we have to get our heads out of the sand. Everything that we worked hard for, everything that our parents worked hard for, everything that we did to make sure our kids' future, and they have a future here, is on the line. We cannot be silent and allow these elected officials, the Democrats, to fund the illegal aliens' American dream and their American dream while taking ours away and taking ours away from our kids' future. Everything we work for, our kids should benefit from that. Our families should benefit from that. Should no one who came over here illegally should get a dime from the taxpayers. All of those resources should go back into our community to build up our community for our kids to solidify their future. It's us first. If you all don't stop playing, you're going to mess around and you're going to be, I just want to say, well, my brain just went, but I just want to say you're going to be working for foreigners.
All right, y'all. Sorry, I'm going through it. I don't even think it went through. All right, look, I got a freestyle. Okay, yeah. So, as you know, my original fight has been the city of Chicago unlawfully demolishing my family's building. Okay, never mind, I got it. All right, yeah, all right. My fight started with my own family, whose property was targeted, taken, and tied up in the system for over 2 years. While we wait for the city of Chicago and the federal courts to resolve our case, our experience is not an exception. It is a larger part of land theft, property fraud, and intentional displacement that has been happening in Black communities for decades. And that brings us to what's happening right now. Rock 360, the Obama Center, and a city that protects corruption. The story of Rock 360, a New York company pushing Black families into foreclosure near the Obama Presidential Center, is not isolated. It's a part of a bigger coordinated pattern that Chicago refuses to confront. The Obama Presidential Center, along with the Psi Quantum, was sold as a project that's supposed to be for the community, but what has it actually produced? Higher rents, displacement, gentrification, outside investors swarming our neighborhoods, and a massive taxpayer risk hidden behind political talking points. While families lose homes, the Obama Foundation has deposited only $1 million into a $470 million reserve fund that was supposed to protect taxpayers if the project fails. $1 million on an $850 million development built on public land they received for $10 under a 99-year agreement. Costs have exploded from $330 million to $850 million. Their cash reserves dropped nearly $80 million last year, and instead of raising the alarm, City Hall pushed through a watered-down housing ordinance. Long after gentrification had already ripped through Woodlawn, South Shore, and Washington Park. This is not an investment, this is the Chicago machine. Make promises, take the land, get the headlines, the community pays the price. Today, companies like Rock 360 and individuals like Ramo Bay are exploiting first-time Black investors through iFlip Chicago. Bay has pushed families into predatory deals, concealed risks, and led them straight into foreclosure, scooping up properties near the Obama Center once neighborhoods became profitable for outsiders. This is bigger than one man or one company. We are facing systematic redlining and unlawful eminent domain schemes operated through Marlene Hopkins, Department of Buildings, City of Chicago, Law Department, Cook County agencies, politically protected real estate networks. Families are being targeted through property tax fraud, fake violations, illegal demolitions, and land theft designed to destroy generational wealth. If we don't stop it, Black becomes the new homeless in Chicago. The policies enforced by Tony Preckwinkle, Maria Pappas, Mayor Brandon Johnson, Cook County Commissioners, Chicago City Council Department employees, the City of Chicago Law Department, and the judicial system are devastating communities, destroying home ownership, and protecting the very corruption that bleeds Black neighborhoods dry. And now a message to Chief Judge Charles Beach. Now that Charles Beach has replaced Timothy Evans as Chief Judge of the Cook County Circuit Court, Chicago, today is his first day. I expect accountability. Chicago expects accountability. Not another chapter of the same corruption. If Judge Beach wants to prove he is better than Evans, he must immediately begin investigating the judges, clerks, lawyers, and court staff who have allowed fraud, land theft, wrongful foreclosures, court manipulation, and judicial misconduct to thrive. Chicago does not need another figurehead. We need a chief judge who will clean house, expose corruption, and protect families who have been railroaded by a court system designed to shield political power instead of deliver justice. If Charles Beach is serious about reform, it's time for him to make it make sense. The mission of Chicago Flips Red will continue to to continue to expose corruption, demand transparency, and defend the property rights of families who have been ignored, manipulated, or targeted by this machine. The Obama Center did not uplift the South Side. It opened the door for displacement, speculation, predatory schemes, and the destruction of Black home ownership. If we do not act, if we do not organize, speak out, and flip Chicago red, our communities will continue losing land, homes, and opportunity. We must stand together, fight back, and take back our neighborhoods, block by block, family by family, truth by truth. Thank you. And now, Ms. Jessica Day.
Enough is enough.
Here's the cold hard truth. While street violence is a big problem in this city, and nobody can deny that, but we have a bigger problem in the city of Chicago and Cook County, and that problem is a corrupt judicial system. We need to be mindful that no matter what policy is made, no matter what ordinance is made, no matter who gets in office, it's the courts where everything begins and where everything ends. You cannot expect any righteousness in a city that's full of corrupt judges. It's an unrealistic expectation. Today, like Zoe said, a new chief judge, Charles Beach, takes office after Timothy Evans sat on that bench for 24 years. In 24 years, imagine all the harm that was done to people in this city. Imagine all the real estate theft that he sat back and allowed in Black communities in the city of Chicago. Imagine how many people are wrongfully incarcerated behind crooked judges with the head nod of a Chief Judge Timothy C. Evans. Charles Beach, we're looking for something different. In fact, we're demanding something different. You will not take this chair and continue with this behavior. In fact, we're meeting you at the door with cases that you're gonna get on right now. Right now, you're gonna get on the estate of my mother, Mary Lou Thomas. Right now, you're gonna deal with Public Administrator Louis G. Apostle. Right now, you're gonna deal with a corrupt Judge Terrence McGuire. Right now, you're gonna deal with a corrupt Judge Carolyn Gallagher. Right now, you're gonna deal with a corrupt presiding probate judge, Danielle B. Malone. Right now, you're going to deal with this judge that I'm going to see tomorrow in courtroom 1408, Teresa Smith Conyers, who thinks she's going to continue to let squatters be in my building and threaten my safety. Oh, right now, Charles Beach, you should have paperwork on your desk waiting for you right now. You're going to set the standard right now of how you intend to be fair, how you intend to be just, how you intend to be different. Oh, a message is coming to you, Charles Beach, and every single politician that thinks that they're going to take another seat. The litmus test is going to be, are you willing to challenge legislation? Are you willing to stop these judges? If the answer to that is no, if the answer to that is we gonna see, if the answer to that is we gonna look, if the answer to that is we don't know, if the answer to that is we not sure, then the answer to that is you won't get your seat. We are sick and tired of the same old, same old. The Democratic Party has ruined this city. They have ruined this city. The state of Illinois is the land of Lincoln, the great emancipator. That's who the state of Illinois is, and that's who this state is going to go back to. The Republican Party, you're going to settle up with kind of issues y'all got with the rhinos and the GOP, and the people ain't going to be no collateral damage behind that garbage. Y'all going to rise up, you're going to get yourself together, and you're going to get Illinois back. You're going to get Illinois back, and we're not going to deal with knuckleheads like that who's walking through this hall right now based on our property taxes. Do y'all understand that? We are paying. My property taxes increased over $1,800, while the public administrators are letting this person squat in my property and deriving me from income because they're trying to push me out my property that my mother paid for. The devil is a lie. Charles Peach, we're going to see you. Let me give you an example of what go looking for. This is my mother's will. This is my mother's will. What my mother worked for. We were the first Black family on my block. This building has been paid for since I was a teenager, and I'm now 63 years old, and these corrupt probate judges and corrupt public administrators think they're gonna take my stuff? The devil is a lie. Now, show you how dirty and low down they are, because you always can rely on documentation when you can't rely on nothing else. I just showed you all my will, my mother's will, fully filed in circuit court on August 9th, 2016, fully notarized. My mother was a professional. She did everything by the book and she did everything right, so don't come with no garbage. And for me to be looking at a court document filed by Public Administrator Louis G. Apostle, Public Administrator Thomas Lee Weber, in the courtroom of Judge Terrence McGuire, they say in item number 1, in the public administration's motion for referral to mediation, they say on the first line in Cook County Public Administrators that my mother died without a will. This is how they're able to keep moving forward with the corrupt things that they're doing, including trying to evict me out of my own property. How do you have a property owner that doesn't have a mortgage on the property in eviction court? Property owners don't belong in eviction court. Tenants belong in eviction court. But when you can have a corrupt court system like this, when you can have a clerk of the court whose only concern is that something is filed, it doesn't matter what the contents are, just as long as something is filed. Do you all understand how dangerous that is? Do you understand that the clerk of the court's position is as long as things are filed? So that means if they put Mary Had a Little Lamb, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star in a court order, as long as it's filed, just filed. That's the court system that we're dealing with. I'm encouraging everybody, check the paperwork on your property, because real estate by law, real estate theft by law is going on in Cook County. It's going on in Cook County. Real estate theft by law. Property tax evictions, that's what's coming. That's why they did this increase like this. Foreclosures, that's what's coming. Illegal reverse mortgages, that's what's coming. Word on the street is Maria Pappas is talking about running for mayor. Oh, yeah. After she has sat back with a bunch of phony, fake investigations on property taxes, acting like she's concerned. I saw Maria Pappas on that elevator right there. Yeah, I did. And I asked her about my property taxes, about the fact that the public administrators are squatting in my, have people squatting in my property. At the same time, I have to pay property taxes to keep it from going to auction. While my hands are being tied by the public administrators. Maria Pappas said, "Are you that lady that speaks in Cook County?" I ain't got nothing to do with that. I ain't got nothing to do with that. I said, "What about your investigations?" She hit the elevator door button and said, "I don't have nothing to do with that." So check this out, Maria Pappas. If you think you about to be mayor, you outside your brain. You ain't getting ready to get that mayor seat and you sitting back watching everybody property taxes go up. That's what's not getting ready to happen. Bugs Bunny gonna have that seat before you do. Believe that. Believe that, Maria Pappas. You are not going to defraud the people in the city of Chicago like this. You're not going to do it and take that seat. No more than those aldermen in City Hall going to keep their seats while they're doing this. No more than Cook County commissioners are going to keep their seats. No more than J.B. Bristol going to keep his seat. No more than Springfield going to keep their seats, because that's the next stop. That's the next stop. The streets, the steps of Springfield. Yeah, that's where we're going. Because we're getting ready to tell those Republicans in Springfield, they better step their game up. They better step their game up. They got a problem with Chicago Flip Red being the face of the Republican Party because we black. They better step their game up. We're not asking for nobody's permission. We telling you what you're going to do. We ain't going to sit back because y'all got whatever N-word in y'all fighting that y'all got and think that we going to get caught up. Andy Williams just told you, we've been free. 13, 14, 15 minutes, we've been free. We ain't asking for nobody's permission. We telling y'all what time it is. Expect it. Springfield, we coming. Y'all better go in your little room. The few little Republicans y'all got, you better put your head together, get in the huddle, and figure things out. Because we coming. We coming. We coming. We coming. We coming for them seats. We coming for them seats. This is Chicago Flip Red. This Chicago Flips Red. And like I done already told Zoe, this is more than about a t-shirt. This is more than about a hat. This is about a state of mind. This is about a state of mind. We telling people, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Get up out this Democrat plantation. Handle your business. Handle your black business. Handle your citizen business. Handle your white business. Handle your taxpayer business. Handle your Hispanic business. Handle your business. Handle your Christian business. Handle your business. All hands on deck. If Danny says she running, I guess she gonna run. I guess she gonna run. I know that. And anybody who got a problem with it, well, they gonna get ran up out the paint. That's the way that's going. Chicago Flips Red. That's how you do it.
Miss Jackson is amazing. Look, we have to, because we about the citizens, giving them a voice. This young lady came and she wanted to speak. Yes, come on. Beautiful. Great job. Hold on, Miss Jackson. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Y'all know what it is.
Jessica Jackson for everything.
Yeah,
If she can run for everything, everything.
Okay, I know I wasn't on the panel. I didn't even know this was going on. I was here fighting my battle by myself. My name is Priscilla Jones, but I'm represented in my community as Miss Pretty. I bought a home over 30 years ago, 1 block from Providence St. Mill on the same side. 1.5 block by what? The famous Golden Dome, and almost 2 blocks from what? The conservatory. So, and then we got all this other new stuff that's around there, all famous and ready to go. But my home is the first home that Congressman Danny Davis lived in when he came to Chicago. It was a boarding house. Due to me knowing that and my ability to working with children, I made it out of another, not boarding home, but a program for kids off the streets. So I've been working with kids. I've worked with over thousands of kids from my home for over 30 years. Look up Princess Production Outreach Program, they will tell you. Congressman Danny Davis knows me, the late Senator Ricky Henderson knows me, Annette Collins, I knew Alderman Irvin. They come back to check on to see what I'm doing because I have no funding. But yet now, 30 years doing this with no funding out of my home, charging my community, my kids, my families, my friends, zero to come and work in this program that I made in my house. Then, all of a sudden, 2 years ago, my house went up to almost $500,000. I'm like, how did my house go up? You know, I know I put a little paint on it and everything, but the neighborhood hasn't changed, you know, other than what I changed it. You know, when I first moved over there, I had drug dealers sitting on my front porch across the street from me and on the side of me. I started working with the 11th District Police Department to move them away from me. I joined up with some of the ceasefire, so I became ceasefire on my own. I stood between drug dealers and gang bangers to save kids. I did dealership with them and said, this young man here, pulled the kids aside. You cannot recruit this one. This one is mine. I even told them as far as if you recruit this one, you're gonna be so far under the jail, your mama ain't gonna be able to fire you. These are my kids. That's how hard I fought for my community, for my home, where I live. I fought with drug dealers on the corner, and I asked them, how much do you get for your turf? And he was like, what you mean? I said, how much you pay for your turf? He said, what you mean? At that time, mass was almost $80,000 back then. I said, well, I paid $125,000 for my turf. You don't think I'm gonna fight for it? So I've been fighting for 30 years to be where I am, to make it what it is today. My neighborhood calls on me when there's a problem with gangbangers, drug dealers, fights, and death, shooting, or whatever. I get the first phone call, not the police department. Now you're telling me that my taxes have went so high that I can't even afford to live in my own home where I raise my kids, my neighborhood's kids, and their kids. I have a 3-decade year of working with young people in that community who have moved out with school, with college, came back, told me what I have done. Now you're telling me that you're gonna move me? I get phone calls almost every day asking me to buy my property. I'm like, how you know about my property? Y'all ain't sending me no grants. Y'all ain't giving me no money to do the stuff that I do in the neighborhood, but you want my property. Why? Because I'm what? 1 block from Providence St. Mel on Monroe, 1.5 blocks from the famous Golden Dome that they just fixed up. I used to do all of my program expos, everything in the music court that has not been fixed in over 30 years. But all of a sudden, now you found the money to fix it up. West side. And I am a block and a half from the conservatory. And now I'm looking at my bill. I'm up here at, at the Department of Era trying to see what can I do to survive 2026. It's not fair. And like I said, I'm not a plant for them. They don't know me. They never seen me until I came here. And I was ready to walk out the door because they couldn't do too much nothing for me. And my husband said, I said, let's go back there. I want to hear what they saying. I need to hear what they saying because I'm a fighter. I didn't really know about Chicago Flip Red. I work with kids. All my concentration is working with kids, keeping them off the streets, getting to their parents, trying to get them off the drugs, get them with it. That's my job. My job is everything else. And I had no help from none of the community people that I was supposed to have help for. Like I said, my home was the first home that Congressman Danny Davis lived in when he came to Chicago. It was a boarding house. I have allowed so many young people in my home to live with me. Not a paycheck. You can't find one on me. I offered nothing but love. Now you tell me where that happened in Chicago, on the west side of Chicago, with no big name and trying to get inside somebody's, phone, they photo thing or they money. Where is that happening at? It's not. But if you call Congressman Danny Davis right now, he said, oh, Miss Prissy, oh, I know her. She does this for the community, that for the community, this for the community. But haven't gave me anything. Every year, my own Alderman Irvin, he comes to my programs, he comes to my fundraisers, he comes to everything I have, but he knows me. It's not like these people don't know. They know my first, my last, they know who I am. And they haven't helped me. Over 20 years ago, I put a petition for the property on Madison Street in St. Louis. I've done expos and stuff on there. I've had over thousands of people in that lot petition to work with kids, to talk to me, do all of that work. I even had a partner plan. I had to go to Frankfort, Illinois to give me a planner to do my planner, my business planner. I had to go out of the city of Chicago. At that time, it was formerly Ed Smith. And I asked him, why can't I have this lot? But yet they gave Providence St. Mel 4 lots around me. Then they built one right next to my house. The people that I've been working with for over 30 years and their kids are being set aside and set out because they're not going to be able to afford the rent over there. It was low income when it was built, and now it's about to be condos later. Now, like I said, I'm not a planner. I'm only saying what I know. This is what I know. It's happening to me, y'all. It's happening to me.
So what can you do about it?
I'm standing there to watch y'all in Chicago flip. That's what I'm gonna do about it. The things that I don't know, I'm getting with the people who do know. Yes, right. Now, if you want to know about how to raise kids, how you want to talk to some judges, how you want to go get some game bangers, come get me. We need that. I can do that because I'm not scary, never been, and never will be. But when it comes to this politics stuff, I put my petitions in because I don't have sisters and brothers to stand in my corner to help me to do what I need to do. It just go right past out their desks. I believe they take my stuff and flip it like a card and throw it straight in the garbage can. Because nothing has been happening. 32 years I've been living there. Over 23 years, Princess Production has been alive and survived and have been doing all I can to the community, for the community, and with the community. And to this day, all I own is my house.
See? And you can't let it go. That's it.
I can't let that go. Because if I let that go, how many young people going to be lost?
That's it.
That's all I want to say.
That's it.
So like I say, if we do not, like I say all the time, we don't gotta like each other. We don't gotta like each other, but we gotta move as a unit. If you love this city, if you love this state, if you love family, if you love these kids, you're willing to save these kids, you're willing to save our homes, because we're dealing with modern day redlining. We're dealing with the same cycle that our ancestors fought and broke, and we cannot allow this to happen again. I don't have the answers, all the answers, but I know one answer. I refuse to not live up to my ancestors' expectations, and I'm going to fight and fight and fight, because when I get up to the upper room, they will not curse me out and say I didn't do my part down here on this earth. So we have an issue with it. They're trying to take our properties. They're trying to take our land. And if we do not fight, and if we do not flip this political platform to conservative, Republican, independent, whatever y'all want to say, but it can't be Democrats. Democratic policies are not for us. They're not going to work for us. They don't want it. It's turning into communism, socialism. The very same people that talk about President Trump and the millionaires or the billionaires are the same people that are right here in this building, on the county side and on the city side, paying the same taxes as them. They get the same tax breaks, and because they're rich too. They're rich. They got that. Yeah, and the crazy thing is they are writing a blank check for our tax dollar. This bank right here is the biggest bank right in this building, from the county and the Cook side. Their raises it doesn't even make any sense. Just one example, the Department of Aviation. This man just became the commissioner in this summer of 2025. If the 2026 budget passes, he will receive a $58,000 raise. A $58,000 raise. The Water Management Department, Randy Connor, they have a sexual harassment case going on. They're always. He is set to receive almost a $16,000 raise. Like, these raises do not make any sense. Just off of the budget, you're looking at $629 million in personnel raises. Why? We are losing our homes. We're losing our children. We're losing our city. We're losing our city off of people who have a mindset that is not for the community. They're not public servants. They don't care about their oaths. Everything that they say this federal administration is exactly what they are. It's the hypocrisy for me. It's the hypocrisy for me. So we have to fight. It's all hands on deck. And we will win.
We will win. That's Chicago Red.
That's it.
Thank you.
So please, everyone, we need you all to be registered to vote. We need to make sure, if you have a teenager who will be turning 18, we need you to make sure they're registered to vote. And we're asking you, because we want to send a clear message to these Democrats here. We want you all to be registered to vote as Republicans. And we're just asking that. And we're also saying it don't matter if you are Republican, if you're a Democrat, if you are independent. This is what everybody is going through. If it's for we the people. If you don't stand up and rise up. This city, we won't even have this city. So it don't matter if you're a Democrat, Republican, it don't matter. You're going to lose it. All right? So we are just asking that you register to vote as a Republican, and we need everybody to show up. We need to make it so big that they can't rid it.
And one more thing, it is holiday season. They are coming around with their turkeys, with their Christmas gifts for you guys, for your vote. Everything that they're voting for in this building is a detriment of our communities. They do not care about our communities. They will come and give you a turkey. They will come and give you a gift card while they will come here and vote for you to lose your home. And you will not be able to celebrate that turkey or no gifts because you will have no home. So flip Chicago red.